heiße Lache säßen an mir. Ich finde, sind Kinder, die Chanukah-Lichter da. Lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen im Chor. Lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle tanzen im Chor. Oh Chanukah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, I'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they will shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they will shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Hey! Geschwinde sind Kinder, die Chanukah-Lichter lachan. Lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen im Chor. Lo mir alle singen und lo mir alle springen und lo mir alle tanzen. Happy Hanukkah! I'm Eric Stern. Welcome back to JUKEBOX Radio. That was Chanukah Oy Chanukah! Now, I know what you're wondering. Eric, where's your hat? Where's your shiny vest? Well, I was having a conversation with my lovely wife, Jill. She's my rock in all things. And she said, Eric, I've been watching these videos, but that's not how you talk at home. She is absolutely right. When I conceived of this project, I thought, well, here's a way I can bring my stage performance into people's homes, since I can't perform on stage right now. However, when you're on stage, there are certain conventions of movement, diction, and elocution. Let's throw them out the window right here and be regular people, lest you think I'm elitist. Let's just have a conversation in our street clothes about Chanukah Oy Chanukah. In fact, if you want, get comfortable. I will. Oh, that's better already. Do you have a smoking jacket? Well, go ahead. Put it on. We're going to talk like people. In fact, if you wish, why don't we have a beer together? Go ahead. Go to the fridge and get a beer. Oh, almost tipped over my loot. I've got a Belgian blonde. Let's have a pour, shall we? And talk about Chanukah Oy Chanukah. You know, I think people think that when they see me on stage, I walk around my house in a top hat singing opera all the time. But really, at home, I'm just a regular Joe. King of my castle. Let us be king, queen, and non-binary monarchs together. So, Chanukah Oy Chanukah is in Yiddish. Now, Yiddish is the language spoken by diaspora Jews for centuries, especially over in Eastern Europe. It's a combination of Old German, it's got Slavic elements, and Hebrew. It is called the Mamaloshin, the mother language, because it was the language, the everyday language that everybody spoke, versus the language that the rabbis spoke. They spoke Hebrew. More of a biblical Hebrew. Anyway, Yiddish was the language Chanukah Oy Chanukah was sung in. And unfortunately, because of World War II and the Holocaust and the killing of so many of the Jewish people, the Yiddish language was really no longer spoken except by ultra-Orthodox communities. When that happened, Hebrew became the ascendant language of Jews, especially after the founding of Israel in 1948. Anyway, let's talk about what was happening in that song, Chanukah Oy Chanukah. Here's my accordion. I'll just strap it on. Now, there is a very interesting scale in that song. It is called the Hijab Scale. Now, the Hijab Scale originated in Persia, but it's used in Arabic music, in Turkish music, in flamenco music, and in Yiddish klezmer, Jewish klezmer music. That's wedding music. In Yiddish or in klezmer, it's called the Ahavaraba Scale or the Fragis Scale. So what is it? Well, let's take a G minor scale, a G minor harmonic. See those top notes? That is the beginning of the Hijab Scale. So you could think of it as an iteration of the G minor, harmonic minor. I don't. I just think of it as D Hijaz. Now, D Hijaz, or any Hijab scale, well, D Hijaz in this song, the song was in C minor, and you can go look up the chords, but the cool thing is you can play D Hijaz over C minor. So here I am, C minor in my left hand. All right. Guess what? You can also play it over D major. Let's get a closer look at that scale. How versatile is that? We can play it over C minor and D major, and of course that works if you transpose the Hijab scale to other keys, right? Relative to the scale. So one thing that I did in this song was, the song is in C minor, basically. Oy Chanukah, yandif Hashem. When I went to the solo, I went up a step, and that's something that has nothing to do with Hijaz. You can do that in any kind of song. Doesn't usually happen in jazz as much, but any kind of song like this, it makes an exciting switch. Watch what happens. Here I am in C minor. Play a little Hijaz scale. Oh, something exciting is going to happen. Watch. Oh, I just went up to D major. All right, here's something else, and this is advanced, and I've never seen anyone else do it. Can play a scale or solo while you sing, and that's the one other crazy thing I did in this song. I don't really recommend it too much, because really when you're singing you want to be accompanying yourself, and you definitely don't want to solo when someone else is singing. It's rude. But if you can manage it, and it's pretty tricky, it makes for a cool effect once you get going. So if I started the song, Oy Chanukah, Yantif Ashener. And here I go, soloing over myself. A lustiger, a freiliger, nito nachzoiner. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I think that's all I have to say about it. I've had a wonderful time, though, just showing you these little tidbits about the Hijab Scale. We're going to actually talk about that more next week because, in a way, because of the way the accordion is tempered and the piano is tempered, it limits the scale. But you'll see what I mean next week. But for now, I just want to wish you a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas. I'd say Eid Mubarak, but that's not till May, but I'll say it anyway, Eid Mubarak. What a wonderful time I've had with you here on JUKEBOX Radio. Just having a beer, you and me, right? My goodness. Well, as they say in France, Toreador en garde, Toreador, Toreador. Au revoir. I'll see you next time. I'm Eric Stern, and this was JUKEBOX Radio.